Hey, what's going on, Christian? It's not at an all-time high, is it? Well, I think it is, man. Excuse me, that's legitimate. I mean, how we go about fighting it, but this shit is fucking serious, man. We're looking at these people like regular people, man. These people are terrorists. Like, it's more serious than you know. We're lightening their fucking position pretty much by calling them perps and shit. These motherfuckers is worse than these motherfuckers are terrorists. Whenever you're able to fucking get away with fucking getting a kid killed, a 14-year-old kid killed, whenever it's cool to kill 8 people or drive a man to the point of fucking going to a college and shooting it up, or, you know, driving a man going to his next door neighbors and shooting them up, like, these are real fucking terrorists that we're dealing with. There might be clumsy fucking goofy fucking dorks and shit like that, but they're being fucking, you know, they're being fucking, sent by a fucking professional fucking terrorist, if you will. That's all the military is fucking terrorists. We don't call them terrorists because they're in our fucking, they're our fucking military and shit. But if the Chinese were to come out here, the fucking Russians were to come out here with their fucking weapons and or start fucking chasing people around there, those are fucking terrorists, man. If they came out not chasing people around, if they came out here and invaded us, we would call them fucking terrorists and shit. Just like when we go to their countries and invade them, we're not known as the United States military. We're known as terrorists. And just like if they were to come here and invade, like, the people who love this country would fight for it. And that's the same way with us. Like, when we go to their fucking country, like, those people don't, I mean, you can't call the people terrorists because they're protecting their country. Stalkers ain't, oh yeah, at all, man. They ain't, man. They're cowards, man. They're a bunch of fucking cowards, man. Hey, what's going on, Virgo? Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to everybody. Yeah, check Chinese social credit score system. We're at the bottom. Hey, yeah, I was just fucking looking at something like that. They're trying to bring that shit out here if they haven't already. I think if that's the same thing that I was looking at, social social credit. I don't think it was called social credit though. It might have been. They walk around fucking snitching on each other and shit. Telling on each other, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I can't imagine fucking, well, I'm living in a world like it right now, but I just can't fucking imagine getting with that type of program. somebody jaywalk, fucking call the police on him. Oh man. Oh man. Pasco County, Florida Sheriff. Remember, yeah, Arca Nixon, the homie man. I'm not sure. I understand that. They even got old ladies out here terrorizing people in all black. You can tell, you know when it's one of them because they are all in black. They're all black. No way a older lady, would be wearing all black like that. I mean, you know, there are the exceptions, but no, not now, not right here. No. Remember the old man at the gas station shot 70 times? Yeah. Yes, sir. I do. And that's the name I've been trying. I got his name, but it's hard for Zimbrowski or some. I'm still trying to I need that guy's name, man. If somebody can text me how to his full name. I know it's like Zimbrowski or some shit. But, I want to put a sign so for people like to go correlate these fucking stories together. I want to put the VTA dude. I'm gonna put the guy the old man that got shot 70 times. The guy that stabbed the 14-year-old Myron May. All the names that I can gather of the targeted individuals, even the guy that killed his next door neighbors, like every incident that happened with a targeted individual, I want to put on my van and tell people, direct people to these channels so they can correlate the stories and so they can see like what this fucking predictive policing is causing, what it's doing to people, how it's flipping people out. And the police are trying to say it's for the reason why, bro, the reason why the fucking shit, the reason why it's so fucking, it's disclosed, if or not disclosed, but it's not, it hasn't been fucking figured out, is because it's happening in all these different states and shit. So it's easy for them to sweep it under the rug because ain't nobody in California worried about Florida's fucking news. Nobody's even paying attention to that shit. You feel me? And vice versa. And that goes with every fucking state. Like, nobody's worried about what's happening unless they've lived here before and they want to see what's going on out here. But if you've never lived out here, you don't give a fuck about what's going on out here. Unless it's like a major disaster, something you can talk about. But all that other bullshit, murders and killings, like, you got enough of that shit to worry about in your own state. To even be fucking, but once these people can correlate the stories and see, the young brother too. It was a young brother. I forget his name, man. He was military. He was in the military. He looked really young though. He was in the military, and then he went in and shot at the police. And they used the same fucking. That's another thing they fuck up on. Like, it's a script they use. They always say the same thing. This was a monster. This was a monster. Yeah, okay. I guarantee you they won't call me crazy. You're not gonna call me crazy or none of that shit. You're not gonna call me a monster. You're not gonna call me none of that shit. You're not gonna call any of us that shit because fuck that shit, man. I'm gonna fucking try and stay, even if it's like a paragraph a day. A paragraph a day. I'm finna, by the time I'm finna be like a major in psychology. Major in psychology. Because I wanna fucking be able to prove that everything they're doing is causing these negative reactions, and the science, but like, just the one headlights alone, just the one headlights alone, and this is just one defect it can cause within the human is fucking paranoia. Like just that alone, um, it can cause a whole bunch of other shit, anxiety and all that shit. But for sure, dead fact, you can't get around that shit causes paranoia. You can't. So you're changing somebody's outlook on life. Like you're changing somebody's whole fucking reality. That's terrorism right there. That's terrorism. And if you could fight, if there was a way I could fight these motherfuckers in court, man. If there was a way, I swear, if there was a way I could fight these, get them in court. Like I don't, like not go pay no fucking outrageous fucking. Nope, nope. Please go, sir. I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems, sir. No, 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 no. I don't want no problems, man. You got military backpack. Alright, chill out, man. Scrap, 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 scrap. I don't want no problems, sir. Hey, scrap, chill, 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 chill. Come on, come on. Happy New Year. Hey, back to you, Joseph. Joseph. Um, yeah, bro, it's big. It's a big list. Survivors of active denied systems. Is that a thing? Denial systems. Yeah, we are. Is that like a documented thing? Is that a denial systems? Yeah, we are, bro. We're real out here. So that's why denial systems, and that's why they after. Yeah, yeah. That's what they want. Everything to be fake, and they want everybody to fucking. They want a fucking world full of yes men and women and shit. Like, everybody fucking. If you want that shit, just let us die off. But they really couldn't just let us die off normally and shit because we'd still be able to teach. Like they don't want nobody. They want to implement their system. They don't want anybody to be able to teach anything of the past. Like they want to fucking create your whole world for you and shit. Well, for the younger generation and shit. Who knows? Fucking 10, 5 generations from now, if the world is still up and running, slavery would probably be a whole different situation. Who knows? The black people would probably have. The way they create and do create fucking excuse me, that's legitimate. The way they create shit, man. Who knows? The next 5 generations from now, the black people might be the slave masters, and we might, black people, and then instead of blackface, they'll be whiteface. of that shit sounds fucking, just fucking absurd. Re-education camps. Like, that's blatantly absurd. Just something, just something to smack you in the face and see if you get it. And if you don't get it, if you don't say anything about it, they sit around that big ass round table and just laugh at the goofy fucking, the worthless eaters and shit. Like, they don't get nothing we do. We tell them we're putting poisonous mosquitoes out there. We tell them we're gonna let mosquitoes loose with viruses, and they don't say anything about it. Let's fucking create a fucking virus. Let's send the. I bet you that fucking mosquito virus shit was just a tester to see if we go for it, so they could throw that virus out there. Yeah, sure enough. Sure motherfucking enough. Now they got the main motherfucker talking about he's for depopulation. We need to depopulate the world, fucking create and fucking be scenes for people and shit. It's crazy, man. But I can't say it almost reminds me of something like Kanye was saying, and in a way I think Kanye West was fucking telling the truth. People say he was crazy for saying it or whatever, but you know, slavery, slavery, fucking, slavery was pretty much. I mean, in the beginning, it wasn't. In the beginning, I could see it not being a choice because you're caught by surprise and shit. But after, you know, they say it was 400 years of slavery. So you would think like after 400 years of slavery, or even going into fucking, we'll give it 200 years, going into 200 years of slavery, and going through the fucking bullshit that you had to go through. It was pretty much if you're all not willing to fight and get out of that situation, you're just waiting for some cavalry to come, like the war and shit like that. We're pretty much in the same situation when you think about it as slavery. But for you not to 200 years into that shit, and for you not to fucking come to the conclusion like, man, it was like we gotta fight this. We gotta fight back. I don't want to fucking, you know, go through all the fucking bullshit that people had to go through. It's pretty much a choice if you want to stay in that situation. And even with us, man, it's pretty much a choice. Like, we're choosing to make videos, which is a good thing. I don't like making the videos, but we're choosing to make videos instead of get out there and fight. Like, literally fight. Like, not physically or nothing, but, fight for our constitutional right, fight for what's ours and shit. Like, literally, like, or whether that was, we'll say that wasn't their, we'll say that wasn't their fucking, mission. But even if it wasn't your mission, it still happened. Like, what did I say? What's that shit they say? Ignorance of a crime still doesn't. Ignorance of a crime is no excuse. I don't know. They have some. They ignorance of the law is no excuse or some shit like that. I forget what it's called, but they have something in court like to where like, you know, say you're driving and you fucking you switch lanes without signaling and you get a ticket and you say to the judge, "Oh, I didn't know you had to use your signal out here. I'm from such and such." Like the fucking judge or the lawyers that say ignorance of the law is no excuse or some shit like that. I forget what the thing is. See this motherfucker been sitting behind me like that with his fucking bright ass lights and shit. Now I want to show you guys how long. I think that might be shooting microwaves and shit. But I want to show you how long he's gonna be there with the fucking lights on. So just keep that in mind for those of you who are on here right now, or you know, for those of you who catch the replay. He's been there since I parked here, and you know, it took a good 10 minutes to roll my blunt and fucking get this live and shit started. So, excuse me. You know, that's 33 minutes. He's been just parked there with his fucking bright ass shiny whatever microwaves or fucking lights just on me and shit. It's big. Yeah, bro, it's a big list. Survivors of active denied system. I'm trying to figure out what that means. Or is it I mean fuck. Can I Google that? One dude shot up a news building and held him hostage for not reporting on his girlfriend from getting killed from stalking. Oh shit, do you got that guy's name? Yeah, see those are the fucking stories we need, bro. I swear those are the fucking stories we need. We need those for real. Those are the ones we need to show the people. We need to fucking bombard them fucking fake news platforms as well, man. Every time a targeted individual flips out or gets killed or, you know, anything, we need to fucking be able to show the people, like, see, it's not gonna stop. And every time something happens like that, I'ma rub it in their face when I find out about it. I'ma rub it in their fucking face. I told you more people are gonna die. You thought I was joking? I'm not psychic. I told you. I told you. And they keep coming up with the same shit. You guys can't keep saying mental illness was the cause when you guys are the ones causing the mental illness. You guys are telling on yourselves. Because pretty soon that mental illness, you know, people are going to start comparing that shit to their fucking harassment and the triggers and shit. You know, just the one headlight triggers alone, they're blatantly telling on themselves. Literally. They're blatantly fucking telling on themselves. And when they love to fucking hit you, like I love it. Like when I protest, I love it when I fucking start talking about the one headlights or triggers and telling people their triggers and shit, and they just keep on fucking coming with their one headlights. I love that shit, because the next time somebody fucking dies or the next fucking mass shooting that happens, I'm gonna just rub it in their fucking face. Like, they're really fucking happy right there. You know, they're acting like they're fucking happy right now, at least. Riding around fucking smirking and shit while they're shooting microwaves and all the doing all that psychological bullshit. But watch, it ain't gonna be too long before something happens. Everywhere, you gotta imagine. There's every state right now. There are walking, talking, ticking time bombs right fucking now. Every state right now is behind this program. This is how this, this is like some serious fucking shit, man. And people are gonna die. As long as we can stay up, as long as we can stay up and stay up with the shit as far as what's going on around the planet, as far as this program. As long as we can keep up with that, all we gotta do is keep fucking correlating the stories. If it matches up and the victim is a target, just correlate that with all the other stories, and people are gonna fucking soon wake up. They're gonna see what the fuck is gonna it'll damn near be an uprising. That's against the fucking piece of shit, traitor ass citizens and police and all that shit, man, because, these people who harass us are just another factor of the government. They might be like, pieces of shit, citizens and shit, like low budget ass fucking citizens and shit. Like, they're not up there with the fucking, uh, the government and shit, but, they're still fucking lackeys for the government, so, they're just as fucking guilty as the government. He killed him to get the story out. Yeah, see? That's what we need, man. Gavin Long. Gavin Long. Now pay attention. Go the kid that killed I forget the other one they said. I forget the other one they said the same fucking thing. But go to Gavin Long's fucking police. Listen to what the police said about Gavin Long. Then go to the dude that they just killed. Or not the dude they killed, but go to the dude's channel, or go to the dude's where the police are talking about him. The dude that killed the 14-year-old. I swear it's the same fucking script. The same fucking except for Gavin Long, they say he went after law enforcement. And for the 14-year-old, they said what they said about him. But as far as, all the introduction of who he was and all that shit, it's all fucking scripted bullshit. And I bet you that's a standby script for any time. That's their script probably for, anytime, a targeted individual does something to somebody, because, subconsciously, when you just say to the world that this is a monster, man, they're automatically thinking like, once they call you a monster, once they call you a terrorist, like bomb, monster, terrorist, like those are three things for sure in the back of your subconscious. If the police, if you're not, I'm not going to say enlightened on the police, if you're not fucking aware of police tactics, those are the three things that if a police officer says those and says those about someone they've killed, if they say it about someone they've like arrested and shit, you call them a monster, a terrorist, say they had a bomb or or guns, like automatically, like the general public is gonna be okay with anything that you do to that person. They're gonna call it justified, and they'll go, you know, it. Even though it is a crazy world and all that shit, they just solidify the bullshit with in the comment section with this world is getting crazy. Like, what's this world coming to? And it's really getting crazy. And what is the world coming to? But this is fucking shit that they're creating, man. Never in a million years would I think, as dirty as I know the police are, as much as I know they set people up, as much as I know they kill people, never in a million years would I think that they would join hand in hand with the fucking neighborhood watch, even though they're highly a part and highly involved with them. But to join hand in hand with neighborhood watch and all these fucking, junkies and shit. But we're not even gonna put the junkies in the mix, even though they're highly a part of it. I would have never, because they work for the police anyways. All they gotta do is get caught fucking selling some shit, and they're gonna work with the police. But to join hand in hand with neighborhood watch and fucking create crime, not go out there and fucking like snitching and telling on fucking shit. Yeah, that's what they do. But to get out there and fucking start creating crime and causing people to kill people and like that's that's far beyond my visionary. Like, and even though it's a white supremacy program, race is not a fucking issue with these people. They don't care if you're white. They don't care if you're Chinese. They don't care if you're Mexican. They don't care if you're black. They are coming for you. And vice versa. Vice versa. They don't care if they have Chinese people working for them, black people working for them. Like, they don't give a fuck who's working for them or who they fucking set this fucking program loose on. Everybody's united for one cause and one cause only. It's crazy, man. He had a YouTube channel, like 3 videos. Yeah, yep. He was really smart too, man. Really smart, and he was, from what I've attained from it, he was pretty smart, and he knew, he knew the fucking, he knew the Constitution very well, and he wasn't gonna let them fucking just step on his Constitution like that. Like, and I, and he's right. Like, you gotta fucking fight for this shit, man. You gotta stand up. It's too bad that you know if you're gonna do something like that, you gotta be, you gotta have more than just one person. It's gonna, but he, it wasn't. He knew. I don't think he knew he was gonna stop it. I don't think he thought he was gonna stop anything. He was just going for his own Like he knew it was gonna happen. He was going out for his own like purposes and shit. And like, when you know you're gonna commit suicide, if you're gonna commit suicide, this is how I feel. And I'm not suicidal, so it's not something that I would do, so I don't encourage anybody to do it. But I feel that if you're gonna commit suicide, then that's the way to fucking do it, man. Don't fucking commit suicide and fucking let these fucking people walk around another day while you're fucking dead and they get to enjoy their fucking families and shit. Like they've already stripped your fucking family and everybody else away from you while you're fucking still alive and shit. So why take your life and let that motherfucker, these motherfuckers, be able to enjoy their fucking families and shit. Like that's how I feel. Like I would never take myself into the zone of feeling like I would never let these people convince me into fucking. If I'm not gonna commit suicide for my own fucking reasons, I'm damn sure not gonna commit suicide for whatever the fuck these people want me to commit suicide for. So, I would never fucking do that. But, if if that's if you're gonna do that, man, that's the way to do it, man. Just, I don't think Myron May wanted to hurt anybody, but that's another thing. Like, and other than the kids, the young kids, man, I don't think that 14-year-old should have got stabbed and shit, whether he was a part of the program or not, because he's just doing that shit for his family, and he's been raised into that shit. But at the same time, I highly disagree with. At the same time, I highly disagree with their fucking narrative on the guy that killed the 14-year-old boy. He wasn't a monster. He wasn't a monster. He might have some fucking criminal fucking past or whatever, but that doesn't make him a monster. You guys made him a fucking monster, if that's what you want to call him. I call it a man that fucking got tired, couldn't take it. A human being that fucking malfunctioned because you guys fucking oversensitized him, overprogrammed him with your bullshit, and he fucking malfunctioned. It's like, you send a man to war, and if he's killed enough people and seen enough people die in horrendous ways and shit, like, the government created that man. So for him, if he has flashbacks and kills people, they're not gonna fucking send him to jail. They're gonna fucking send him to a hospital and shit. They're not, he might go to jail for a little bit, but, eventually he ain't gonna get no fucking, he ain't even gonna do a year. Like, he's gonna fucking be in there, get some fucking medical fucking specialist to come fucking check him out and solidify him as, having post-traumatic or whatever the fuck they call that shit. And he'll get hospitalized, get some medication or some shit. But if you ain't gonna do no fucking time, that's just like you're putting regular, like, and that's a man that was trained for war and shit. We're not trained for war. You're using military tactics on us, shooting us up with military fucking weapons and shit, beams and fucking frequencies and shit. We're not built for that. We haven't even took the training for that shit. Like, you guys train those motherfuckers to be able to take all types of shit in case they get caught and interrogated and shit. Like, you guys practice this shit. We don't practice that shit. Like, we're regular fucking citizens. Ain't no G.I. Joes over here, man. No fucking G.I. Joes. Crappy New Year's. Yeah. many years to you. I don't even remember you talking on Christmas Eve. I was drunk as fuck. Did I talk on Christmas Eve? I don't think I did. I was they banded me. They banded me for a week. That's why I haven't been doing videos and shit. And I know who it was. Yeah, no, but I have a strong feeling of that chili tune, chili whatever the fuck is chili is now. I don't know. You get that so many names with chili in it. But yeah, as soon as he popped up from out of nowhere, I don't say nothing too much because he's been calling me a perp because I don't do no interviews with him and shit. But I don't, I don't trip off that shit. We had a little back and forth, but nothing major. You know, but I just told him I was like, I remember you when you had that different name, and I didn't want to do an interview with you, and I had bad vibes about you, and now you pop up under a different name, and you ask me to do an interview with you, and I don't do it, and now I'm a perp. I'm a perp. Okay, I'm a perp. And then so he was gone for about 3 or 4 months, and all of a sudden he popped back up for a couple days. And as soon as he popped back up, he started saying weird comments and shit, like some shit about my picture looking like something when he eats out of a shoe or some shit, like some weird shit. And all of a sudden my channel was banned for a week and shit. I guess people reporting, what was it, reporting, reporting the music and shit, whatever that shit is called. What is it? Copyright, I think. Yeah, copyright. Yeah. But I found a new place to post videos and shit. Uh, trackflix.com. I got an app there under the same name as well. Or not app. I got an account. I got an account there. It's under the same name, so if anybody goes there, that's the name I'm under. And back at you, brother. Images of visuals, commands, bro. This shit is deep, but you can deprogram, then reprogram. Hey, likewise, bro. No, there's no list, but damn, we can put one together through video. Yeah, man. That's what we need to do. Man, you know what? It's crazy. It's crazy, right? But I've been really, like, on my fucking videos. There's literally, for my, for my, for my harassment, so far the videos that I counted, I got a high, very, 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 very high volume of Latino stalkers, a very, very, very high number of Chinese, and like if I could fucking, I gotta figure out a way to fucking do it the right way though, because I don't want to miscount anything. I want to be able to, like, there's gotta be a way that I can look at my videos like to where I can go just straight down the line and watch each video and document it like that and count the number of each like community, like whether it's black, and just do like statistics, like who fucking, who's what nationality or what community is participating the most. Because I got a very very high volume of Chinese people following me with one headlight. Latinos fall the highest amount, and this is just the one headlight. I'm not talking about just the harassment in general. I'm talking about just the one headlight. So far, I counted. Yeah, see, I don't want. I don't want to. I don't want to put no number out there right now. But it's a very high number of Chinese people following me around with one headlight. Very high volume of Latinos. Then there's there's a good volume of white. Like whites is probably like in third place. Like it's Chinese. No wait, it's Latino, Chinese, white, black. Like I probably only got like 4 or 5 different black people that I hopped at. These are people that I like actually hopped out on. Like and this isn't just me filming them following me and shit. Like this is people that I hopped out on and said, why are you domestically terrorizing me? And see, like that shit right there, uh, they don't. If I start getting creative with this shit, they're gonna really fucking hate me. Cause I'm gonna fucking, I don't. At this point, I don't give a fuck how they feel. Like if I get creative and I start breaking shit down and fucking breaking down the communities and fucking, they're not gonna like that shit. Especially like, the yeah, they're just not really gonna like that shit. And that's my thing now. My thing is my thing is getting creative, man, to fucking pull the people in, man, so they can fucking see what the fuck is going on. Like you gotta fucking, just like the fucking when they wanted the people to take vaccines or vote for Biden and shit, how they had fried chicken and stuff. Maybe we need to get some fucking fried chicken to pull people in and fucking start passing out flyers and shit. Get free fried, get free fried chicken, man. You just gotta read this pamphlet. You gotta read it right here in front of us. You read this pamphlet out loud and we'll give you some fried chicken. Look at the no like terrorism. You trying to tell me I'm a dead man, piece of shit. I'm gonna sign out. Glad I found you again. I really like your sharing and mostly your humor. Please keep posting and being you. Peace to you. Good night. Hey, good night, Joe. Appreciate that, bro. Welcome to the apocalypse Earth compliment to the new world of the new world order. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, I don't even think we're too far from the zombie type of shit they're talking about. You see all these fucking movies coming out with zombies and shit, and then you start thinking about these people gonna get chips in their head and shit. Like it's literally, the FDA or whatever the fuck, whoever's supposed to approve the fucking chips, fucking Elon Musk fucking made the chips and shit, so they will be approved. Like, there's no question about them being approved. It's just when the release date is gonna be. So once these people start fucking putting those chips in their head, all these zombie movies, they tell you shit through the movies and shit. People gonna start getting chips, or even with this fucking jab. This jab is a real fucking scary thing. Like, people who got that, and for any of us who have got it, like I'm not shooting no shots or anything, but telling what the fuck that shit's gonna do. Especially those chips in people's heads, man. You gotta think, man. That's somebody way from Russia. Some fucking young street punk way from fucking Russia, some fucking raver or some shit. Just sitting in his room playing on his computer. Fuck it, I'm gonna hack into somebody from America. I'm gonna work this motherfucker like a video game. And go have you fucking performing, what is that shit? What is that shit? The ops game? Military ops or some shit? And turn your ass into a straight soldier. Fucking hack your chip. Fucking download some fucking G.I. Joe bullshit in your head. Oh man, it's not funny, but it's real, man. It's here. It's gonna happen, man. You know, they can't even keep credit cards safe. You think they're gonna keep a fucking, you know, people get fucking scammed out their fucking money. Shit, man, robbed out of their fucking identity. For every fucking dollar bill that comes out, fucking, or you know, for every new $100 bill that comes out, they print it because you know the other fucking dollar was hackable. It was reprintable and shit. Like every $100 bill they come out with, you know, you can't fucking, you know, eventually somebody's gonna duplicate that shit. You know, it might be counterfeit, but it's gonna pass. Like, it's gonna fucking pass, man. And that's just like every computer that was made. I don't give a fuck if it's the iPhone, the most secure fucking phone that they say there is. The fucking iPhone, the fucking mini computer. That motherfucker gets hacked. It's not a targeted individual that can say they have an iPhone that hasn't been hacked. I don't care how many fucking times you root it. I don't care how many VPNs you put on that shit. They know where you're at. They're in your fucking phone and they're swimming through your fucking contacts and every fucking thing else. Your emails, your text messages. So if an iPhone can be hacked, a mighty iPhone with all these fucking, you know, it's a complicated arrangement of fucking parts to make that iPhone run. So for a chip that's not all that complicated, you know, it can definitely be hacked. Why people are so fucking blind to that fact? Why people would let somebody fucking actually do something like that to them, I have no idea. Maybe when they want to become one with the computer and shit. Instead of fucking Googling it on the fucking device and shit, they just Google in their head. Siri, where is Siri, what's the weather gonna be like today? Just fucking think it. And fucking Siri will tell you in your fucking brain. It's crazy. Crazy what we're going through, ladies and gentlemen, but it's here, man. And if you think the devices today are making us stupid, Man, wait till you get that chip and they wipe your fucking memory away. Then they will have no more fucking need for the agendas and shit. All the hip hop industry and all the, all the entertainers that are pushing agendas, whether it's for men to be dressed like women or getting people to be on drugs and shit, popping pills, making that a fad, or making promethazine a fad and shit, and getting everybody hooked on that shit. Like, all you gotta fucking do is just wipe a motherfucker's memory away and tell him he's a girl now. You're a girl. You were born this way. Just program it in his head. Program everything for him to think. I'm a woman in a man's body. Like, yeah. And this is no shot in the dark at anybody who fucking, whatever you fucking choose. I'm no one to fucking judge anybody for whatever your lifestyle is, whether you're heterosexual, homosexual, any sexual. I'm in no position to judge anybody. And I'm sure you guys would agree with me as well that, there's not any denying that these people will be able to do that. It's just, oh man. One of these days, I hope we wake up, though. Gang stalking by numbers. Definitely. John, or DJ, why should we let them win? Our lives are not theirs to destroy. They know this is why they sneak around in the dark, hiding their faces, cowards hiding behind the scenes. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. And just that alone, man, the way they follow us, especially the ones that be wearing all black and shit, man, that right there, bro. And when they hide and you actually catch them hiding and doing all types of weird shit, like crouching behind shit, like that, you know, as fucking goofy and corny as they are, and it might seem, man, that right there, man, is some serious shit, man. When you're dealing with the psychology of fucking a human, man, whether it creates a fucking paranoia, whether it creates some type of fucking anxiety, or whether it pushes a person to say fuck it and just say, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired. Look at the no headlights telling me I'm a dead man. Like I'm supposed to be intimidated or scared by that shit. But like, what if it wasn't me? What if it wasn't me and I was like, fuck man, I'm getting tired of these people doing death threats at me. And the next one headlight bandit that comes by, I'm finna ruin his fucking world. Or her world. Or whatever. If it wasn't me, like, I'm finna ruin whoever. I don't give a fuck who it is in that car. Like, the next person that comes by with one headlight, or the next person that comes by and gives me a fucking death threat with no headlights, with that psychological bullshit, like, I'm gonna fucking end it all for him and me. Like, what if I was like that? And it's just that fucking easy for something to happen. And I don't see why people aren't realizing that, man. The people that don't understand, like the people who are out here participating, are the people who, don't know anything about it, and they hear us talk about it, and they just fucking go along with what the police are saying and shit. All it takes is that could be your fucking son driving down the street and his light legitimately be burnt the fuck out. That he might not know anything about this program. Could be innocent as fuck, but he has one headlight out, and he happens to cross me, someone who's tired of this shit. And I'm just using me as an example. Someone who's fucking tired of this shit. If I go kill that man, or that boy, or that woman, or that girl, they're gonna sweep it under the rug and get away with it just to do it again. Just to fucking do it again. These are people that wear badges, man. In my eyes, they're not. Well, I don't want to say in my eyes they're not, because they are. They have the power. They're powerful people. I don't view them as powerful people without their fucking suits on, without their badges and shit like that. But when they got that shit on, and when they're on the job, those are very powerful fucking people. When it comes to them, the pen is mightier than the fucking sword. They could write anything on paper. They could do anything. And this fucking shit right here, this program, it proves that. It fucking proves that by all means. Whenever you're allowed, whenever you're able, excuse me, whenever you're able to conduct a program which gets a 14-year-old killed. I mean, think about just these two last incidents. We're talking about these two last fucking incidents are like they're fucking huge, man. 10 people altogether are dead behind this program out here. 10 people out here that we know of are dead behind this program. A sheriff was already fucking went to court behind this fucking program way before. This is before, I believe, I'm not gonna say it's before I was targeted, but this is some years back. A sheriff was fucking, approached about this fucking program. There was a complaint on the sheriff about this shit. But just these two last events, the 14-year-old and the 10 people, man, those are fucking huge fucking events to just be sweeping under the rug and continuing to do this shit like it's just another normal day. When you think about that, the shit that they're getting away with, this is a very powerful people we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't no rinky-dink shit we're dealing with. A lot of these people, a lot of these citizens and these junkies and all these other people they hire, they might look corny. They might be corny as fuck. But that has nothing to do with what they're doing to your subconscious. Nothing at all. A baby, there have been instances where a mother has gone to work and she has a boyfriend, not the actual father of her baby. But I believe there has been one where the actual father, you know, went to work and fucking, and I'm using this example because it shows that, you know, everybody isn't the fucking same. You know, everybody isn't the, you know, it's only so much that, you know, certain people can take. So the mother's at work and the fucking father, the baby's crying. The father can't fucking, you know, keep the baby from crying and shit. And somehow fucking the baby ends up drowned or fucking shook to death, or, you know, just because he can't handle that shit. Now, that's just a fucking regular person. Well, I'm not gonna say regular because regular person wouldn't do that, but, you know, that's a person, a citizen, just a citizen, just like us, man. And that's just a baby fucking crying. If that one man can't take a baby crying for however long, because, I mean, as soon as you tend to the baby's gonna stop crying. Or, you know, it might take a while, but eventually the baby will stop crying. I don't see the baby crying. You know, the baby will cry itself to sleep, if anything. If the, you know, worst come to worst, it'd be probably about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes probably before the baby goes to sleep, unless it's like a fever or some crazy shit. But if a man can't take a fucking baby's fucking crying and shit, just imagine that same man being hit with this around the clock psychological warfare for Lord knows how long. You know, if that man would take his vengeance out on a baby, you don't think he'll take his vengeance out on you? This is way worse than a fucking baby crying. And, you know, he doesn't have to be no tough, you know, he doesn't have to be no tough guy to retaliate. You know, guns don't give a fuck how many muscles you have. Guns do not care about your muscles. They don't care about your wit. You're not gonna be able to outsmart a fucking bullet. You're not gonna be able to beat a bullet to a bloody pulp. You're not gonna be able to do none of that shit. So it doesn't take really much of anybody to fucking pull the trigger. So you know, this terrorism, man, people are gonna catch the back end of it for real. The back end is no joke either. You know, what happens to them is, what they're doing to us is bad, but, you know, for the most part, when it comes to life lost, they're winning. They're winning. When it comes to lives being fucked over and fucked off, we're winning at that. Like, we're winning when it comes to our lives being fucked off and having to go through all this fucking extra fucking, just our lives being completely fucked. But them, you know, once one of us once it's, you know, once we've had it, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna die. Right now, their job is harder than a police officer's job. Or not harder, but it's more dangerous than a police officer's job. The police have literally put them in a position to where their jobs are fucking harder than more dangerous than what the police have to go through. And if the police are gonna do that, then why the fuck do we even have police? If citizens can get out here without guns and shit, if citizens can get out here without guns and put themselves in harm's way for the police, then what the fuck do we even have police for? All you gotta do is give the citizens a pair of handcuffs. You're putting them on the front line anyways. Shit. If a motherfucker is gonna kill him for trying to put handcuffs on him, a motherfucker, if a motherfucker's gonna kill him for fucking harassing him, then, a motherfucker's gonna kill him for trying to put handcuffs on him. Shit. So the gun is irrelevant. So why are even police packing guns and shit? It's fucking crazy, man. Crazy. You got the gun. You got the badge. We're the so-called criminals. Why are you sending unarmed citizens at criminals? Not only are you sending unarmed citizens at criminals, but you're dangerous criminals, as you say. Not only are you sending unarmed citizens at dangerous criminals, but you're sending them to harass dangerous criminals. Yeah, fucking right, man. The only way we become dangerous is from their psychological warfare. That's what makes us dangerous. I'm pretty sure most of us are peaceful fucking people. We just want to fucking live our life. We didn't ask for this fucking shit. You implement this shit on us. And when we retaliate, we're the bad guys. We're the ones you need to keep an eye on. Yeah. You're not gonna convince me of that, and I'm not gonna let you convince the fucking world of that shit. As long as I got fucking breath in my fucking lungs, there's no fucking way you're gonna get away with calling us crazy. No siree. See the synchronization, the simultaneous, the dude up front, the girl right here, all black. She got on all black, he got on all black. Yep. Getting people killed, man. That's what our fucking government do. Police department. Your police department is just a bunch of fucking yes men ready to carry out any type of fucking domestic terrorism on the people. I wouldn't be surprised if half the police department has fucking chips in their brain already. Reptilian some shit. New World Order, no New World Order needs to know they can never win. No, they can't. They can't. I mean, it, the way shit is going, man. I mean, just looking at it reality-wise, it's like they're in the fucking, they're know, they're in the lead right now, man. Because they're painting up everything to look so beautiful to the world. Especially when they start uniting this fucking Christianity and this Catholic and this, make a world, one world religion and shit. People, and they beautify that shit. They beautify that. Everything that's gonna be fucked up and bad, they make it look real good and get the people comfortable with it. You know? For instance, we already have nanotechnology all in us. But once they get enough fucking video games out and get enough fucking apps that you can fucking, connect your body with this app and fucking, you can wirelessly fucking play your fucking video game, turn your hand into a fucking gun and pull the trigger with nothing in your hand and shit, just point it at the fucking TV and shit. People are gonna welcome the nanotechnology. Like, even though we already have it in us, they're gonna wait till they got some shit that they can fucking introduce to the public and say, look, we're gonna put this nanotechnology in you, and you can do this, and you can do that, you can do this, and make it look real beautiful. And that's, it's just really fucked up, man, the way shit is. Like, it's crazy how we know, like, we're the test dummies for this shit. Like, we know everything that pretty much, as far as, like, the military, the fucking weapons and shit. Like, there's a lot of people out here that have no fucking idea. If you fucking tell them that shit, if you fucking tell them anything, and even though this shit is documented and it's fucking, this shit is in the books, it's public fucking knowledge. But people don't know it. Some people don't know anything fucking about it, and you try and tell them about it, fuck, man. You're some fucking crazy from another planet, man. You're some cuckoo bird. Try telling a motherfucker that doesn't know anything about nanotechnology that you have nanotechnology in your body. You have more gallons from the chemtrail. You try telling that motherfucker that, man, he might fucking cause a fucking nut house on you and shit. Crazy, man. Don't tell a motherfucker that can see through your eyes and hear through your ears. Don't tell him that. No, just wait till the video comes out. The video game where you can see through walls. You gotta laugh to keep from crying, ladies and gentlemen, because it's here. Everything we ever knew, everything that we, I don't know, prepared ourselves for, if you will, I guess you could say. Everything that we read in the Bible, or, everything that, as far as, like, fucking revelations and all that shit. Just targeting and the bullshit around it. The shit that don't have nothing to do with targeting, but it's just bullshit as well. We're here. Revelations is fucking, I don't know if it's just beginning or if it's been fucking started for a while, but I can tell you something right now, we're fucking here. We are fucking here. The snakes are slithering out of the grass, they're not hiding anymore. Ever since they fucking put up those fucking Baphomet statues, shit just ain't been right for me, man. I think it's the. Oh yeah, I know what it is. Yeah. Is it better now? I think it was